Hello, everyone.
Back to this. Hey, we're not recording 10 minutes after we finish the last one. This is Avengers, the first one. No
The good
subtitles,
one.
right?
No?
There's no subtitles, just the
No,
Avengers.
it's just the Avengers.
Marvel's the Avengers.
Unless you're in the UK, I think it was like Avengers Assemble. Which,
Oh, was it really?
yeah, something like that.
Damn.
Like I've seen posters with that, so it's like I don't know. But yeah, it's the Avengers. You know, the movie that people were waiting for since they knew that you could get an Avengers movie.
Since,
Like two years before, where they're like,
yeah, something like that.
there's this Avengers thing. Like these people in the Iron Man 2 mention Avengers. What are the Avengers?
And then people looked it up and, holy crap, this looks cool. We get all these characters together. Do it. And
Yeah.
then they did it. And now we have this. And now we're talking about it.
Yeah, the Avengers. But the
when was the Avengers?
2012.
So this is a 6-year-old
6
movie.
years ago. 2 years ago. It's been that long.
We've come a long way from that.
They came out our freshman year of high school.
Oh, damn, that's a long time ago.
It's a long time ago. Yeah, I remember. I think everybody, when the movie came out, everybody was talking about the Avengers.
That's right, yeah.
Which is weird because like, no one saw Thor.
No one wants Thor.
Very few people watch Captain America.
Almost no
Well,
one
everybody
saw
watched the
Iron Man
Iron Man movies, but that's about it. And then all of a sudden, like, everyone and their grandmother knew who the Avengers were.
2. I mean, I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining either, because you know what, the movie was great, and I still hold it as like one of the best movies in the MCU, because it's that great. So
Yeah, I would agree with
yeah.
that.
So let's
pretty
talk
damn
like what
So-
made the Avengers work so well.
I mean, alright, so obviously it's a group movie. Start with the group dynamic, right?
Yeah.
Makes obvious sense.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Stark is a dick to everyone. And we love him for it. Because that's
Exactly.
exactly who we've been conditioned to expect from him.
He has always been my favorite Avenger.
He's, yeah. Genius. What was his line? Genius, billionaire,
Billionaire,
philanthropist?
genius, playboy, philanthropist.
That's one.
Just like
Which is, perfectly describes the character of
Tony
Tony
Stark.
Stark.
Yep.
No question.
Yeah, so that was just like, Captain America wants to be all confrontational against Iron Man. It's like, take the suit off. What are you? Billionaire, genius, playboy, philanthropist.
Yeah, I don't know.
What you got?
What do you got? The man who can't get drunk. I mean, that was a pretty good bit from Captain America movie.
Yeah. You can't get drunk.
Can't get drunk. His metabolism's been jacked up by the.
He was given superhero steroids. Like what? Like everything that Steve Rogers was given to him in a small little bottle made by Stark.
Which, oh boy, that's gonna come back later.
That's gonna come back to bite him in the butt.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So in Avengers, I mean, Tony Stark's pretty confrontational with everyone. Like he clearly
He doesn't trust anyone.
he doesn't trust anyone, and he comes off kind of like, if I'm gonna be a part of this, I'm gonna be the leader.
Exactly.
Which, of course, Captain America has a huge issue with, which is, he's Captain America. He has a rank of captain. Not really. But, he's the leader. He's, I'm in charge here. We do what I say. And Tony Stark's like, nah, man, I got the suit. We do what I say. And
Which, you know what's weird is that Captain America is technically the leader of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Tony Stark basically is always in the spotlight.
Tony Stark,
And everything revolves around Tony Stark.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
I mean, yeah. I can see why they didn't get along a few movies later.
Yep.
Yeah, but like I like that interaction.
I feel like the only person that Tony actually kind of gets along with is Banner.
Oh, science bros.
Science bros, because they're both
Geniuses.
Geniuses. They have like 7 PhDs each. So it's like, of course, like the two are gonna get along, because they're inventing shit up until the point where Science Bro accidentally goes Hulk, and then they're not inventing shit and instead smashing up planes.
Oh man, I was like, I always liked the Hulk character. Up to this point, I had never loved the Hulk character as much as I did in the Avengers, because they used him like so well, and they used him sparingly. It wasn't like a Hulk show. It was like, oh, here, and we have the Hulk, but we're just gonna put in a couple of things.
Like they did a very good job of like they played Banner as I don't really want to be here, just leave me alone,
Yeah,
right? Which makes sense for a man who's afraid of being the
recruited by
Hulk,
Natasha Romanoff, by the
right?
way.
Which and then when they did have the Hulk, it was in moments of shit's going down. We need this to happen,
Yeah,
and I mean like both of those things make sense. Like those are good times to use the Hulk. Uh,
yeah, for sure. I mean, going back to character dynamics, I like that even though this is like a team up movie, they didn't go right away into like, oh look, this is Thor, this is Captain America, this is Iron Man, this is Hulk. Meet, okay, nice. Are we friends? Let's be friends now, right? It was like, uh, who's this guy? I don't like this guy. Just
who are you? Who are you? I don't know. Who are you? Okay.
Who are you? I don't like what you think or what you say. It's like, I'm just gonna fight you.
We gonna fight. I got beef with everyone.
Yeah, I mean, like, how did, I'm trying to remember how they all meet. Like, I know they all meet, like, in the
It was
helicarrier, like, they all get, like, recruited. And they're like, hi, hello, hello, hello. There's like, oh, we have a thing in Germany. Loki's over there, right? Which, by the way, this is the first really good Marvel villain that we get. It was Loki.
I mean, Red Skull was pretty good.
Roscoe he was really good. I just, like, Loki, from the get-go, from the beginning of the movie, he was very menacing.
All right.
And, he has a Tesseract. He basically destroyed all of Shield's headquarters at the time. So like, he looked like him in business. It's like, the Avengers, you need a group to like beat him. Because, he's like brainwashing people and stuff. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
stuff. Also, by the way, second Infinity Stone right there. Mind
Which
Stone.
yeah, the Mind Stone.
Woo.
Yeah,
The Vision Stone,
the
basically.
what do you call the scepter?
Yeah, the Scepter. Um, so yeah, Loki was a great character. Loki appears in Germany. I think Captain America goes in to like deal with it.
To try and deal with
yeah,
it.
to try to deal with it because Banner doesn't want to do anything with all this. Um, he goes in. He's trying to fight, and then Iron Man, in Iron Man fashion, flies in playing AC/DC.
Of course, because how else are you gonna show up on to a fight, except playing rock and roll? It's a classic, of course.
Of course, yeah.
If you dropped me out of a plane in Iron Man suit and told me, "Hey, play a song," I'd probably play AC/DC. Why not?
Yeah, of course. So it's like, so we have these two. They don't really get along. They don't know how to fight each other. They still get Loki though because Loki knows he cannot fight Captain America and Iron Man at the same place. He would lose, or he has a secret plan. Ooh.
Ooh.
Uh,
Secret.
Lord of Thunder comes from the sky, takes Loki from the plane, and says like, "No, he's mine." And then all three Avengers fight each other in the woods.
Right, because of course the other two think, "Oh shit, Thor's with Loki because
Yeah.
he just took him from us.
He's
this is the rescue
he's my
op."
brother. This is my problem. No, he's our prisoner because he's our problem. It's like, no, they start fighting each other. We get that cool sequence where like Thor like bashes
Bashing
the shield,
hammer,
the hammer
on
into the shield, and just making the giant shockwave. You see like Thor like fighting Iron Man, throwing the thunder at him and like charging the arc reactor to have even more power than he had before.
Right.
So we start seeing this kind of like combos, like, oh, this is how they could like play if they were fighting together, right? So like kind of setting up things that they could use in the future. So that was really cool. Really like seeing the characters not get along at first and like learning to get along by the end. What was really cool.
Yeah, like everyone actually had like this kind of no one stayed static through the whole movie. So it was good seeing them actually all kind of grow up a little bit. I feel like we're forgetting someone.
There's
the two
the
Shield agents.
There's two agents which
one of them got brainwashed for half the movie,
exactly
and then gets saved by the other.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Budapest.
Because Budapest.
Yeah. And
although they didn't really do a whole lot through the whole movie. They showed up for the final fight in New York, but like aside from that, nothing really happened.
Yeah, I think she was. Yeah, no, Hawkeye was brainwashed. So I mean, he's the one that blew up one of the helicarrier's turbines
Right. Yeah.
with his arrow. Uh, so I know he did that. Um, but I'm trying to remember what Black Widow did. I think she
She.
was dealing with the Hulk, trying to escape the Hulk in the helicarrier.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Cause Hulk smash.
Yeah. No.
Then
Hulk.
she was
Hulk
saved
smash
by
everything.
Thor, who I think this. I didn't realize how strong Thor was until the Avengers. It's like, oh, you can go head to head against
I mean, that's kind
the
of a
Hulk.
God of Thunder. You know, wielder of Mjolnir. Of course, he's gonna be fucking strong as shit. How do you not know that?
Uh, it's the Hulk.
It's Thor, God of Thunder, indestructible, unkillable.
He just sparkles though.
Fuck you, Goldblum. But I mean, I don't know. I again going back to what I said last time. I watched a lot of Nicktoons. You know, the Avengers show. I kind of already knew that. You know, Thor was a little bit indestructible, and I mean, I've seen him fight Hulk before, and I'd seen that they are pretty much equal. Uh, so I mean, I at the time I already kind of knew that. You know, he can smash Hulk around a little bit,
Yeah.
which is also a lot of fun to see when Hulk's running at you in a hallway, and then all of a sudden hammer out of a plane and bash him against the wall. It's a
Yeah.
great time, right?
Yeah, which I find it really awesome. Like the whole thing Shield had for the Hulk is like, we have a secret compartment to incarcerate Bruce Banner in case he goes nuts.
Which is a good plan up until the part where you drop him.
Exactly.
Which
We're
great
just
planning there.
we just still make him angry, uh, because everybody's disagreeing on like what Shield is actually doing. They want weapons of mass destruction with the Tesseract because, oh boy, we got to the weapons thing. Yeah, things go full circle, after Iron Man.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, I like really like you could like you continue on and like finish close up a few arcs, not really close, not fully close, but you kind of give some sense of finality to some of the arcs from the characters from the original movies.
Right.
um Steve goes from like doing anything for his country to starts having distrust of Shield and the government, because like why is
Right.
Shield making weapons of mass destruction? Like what is it what that they're doing with it? um Thor has, he learned to be worthy. I mean, I think his arc was pretty well done, but he has to do with his brother and all that stuff.
Which at
um
the end of this, at the end of the first Avengers, he leaves back to Asgard with Loki and the Tesseract, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Tesseract at that point, that's why the
Tesseract
Tesseract
ends
has
up
been in Asgard up until the point where Loki takes it in Thor Ragnarok.
right. Presumably takes it into Ragnarok. I mean, he absolutely did. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we didn't see it on screen. We see him look at it.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and Iron Man. I mean, he was Iron Man from beginning to end. He played with friends, and his speech with Loki in Avengers Tower was the best.
Right. Yeah. And then
Of like, let's do a head count here. A we got a super soldier. We got your brother. We got you know,
a girl with a little gun.
A girl with a little gun, an archer, me, and how exactly do you think your plan's gonna work? I have an army. We have a Hulk.
And then cue puny god scene,
Exactly.
which gets reused later in Ragnarok, which is fantastic.
Oh my gosh, that was
Great
my
homage.
favorite callback in Ragnarok.
That was
Just
it was pretty great seeing Thor just get slammed around the same way Loki did.
and hear Loki just being like
Yes!
laughing. He's like, yeah, that's how it feels.
I'm just a huge fan of it. We'll talk about Ragnarok later, but yeah, no, it's the watching Loki get slammed around. Also seeing the Iron Man suit fly in pieces to get to Stark. As he's free falling out of his own tower with the little wristbands on.
Yeah. Which you can see like him like starting to put the wristbands on when
I mean,
he's like
yeah,
in the tower when he's serving that
clearly
drink. He's like, I
he's
need
he's
to.
stalling Loki, making sure he doesn't see do it, does it quickly, pours himself a
Yeah.
drink, which he's fighting drunk, which is the best part about all this,
Maybe,
or at least a little tipsy.
maybe he needs a little courage, right?
A little bit of liquid courage to
But
take on an
maybe
army.
that explains why he took the nuke.
Why he took the nuke into space? Yeah, he was like, "I'm gonna die. I'm gonna do it. The way I lived, drunk." But yeah, I mean, the entire Stark Tower sequence is pretty great. Let's see what else.
Yeah,
Then there's obviously the whole invasion of New York, which the what was the invasion army? Those were
Chitauri.
Chitauri, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, I feel like I have a feeling that we're gonna see more of those in Infinity War.
I feel like you're kind of right because
Maybe.
So hold on. How did Loki come to be in charge of the Chitauri army anyway?
I think one of the members of the Black Order, which answered to Thanos,
Right.
said, go to Earth. There's, we need Tesseract.
Okay. Right.
Right? And, he was like, okay, here's an army, that you could use. So you can invade, take Tesseract for us, and we'll be happy. And we'll make you King of Asgard or whatever.
Okay, yeah,
Right?
Sounds about right.
So that's basically what happened. And there's some sequences where they show, him dealing with like all that stuff. Like, okay, here's what you have, here's what you need, this is what we're getting.
Okay.
And but that's about it. They didn't elaborate too much in it.
I mean, yeah, they left it kind of ambiguous for the sake of being.
It was more of a just go back to the heroes.
Go back to the heroes. We need a battle sequence, so we're gonna blow up most of New York.
Yeah. What do you think of Coulson's sacrifice?
I was not overly attached to the character.
Okay.
But I will say that for what I assumed to have been a kind of no-name character, I mean, he, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they kind of go into more on him. It was a very noble thing. I'll say that. Like, clearly, like, this guy, he's a man of morals, right? He'll go out to make sure the greater good goes on, which is absolutely a thing that, I would expect from someone who actually cares about the world. And as a member of S.H.I.E.L.D., definitely.
Yeah, I get it. So, with him, so what they did it. Like the reason was we need a reason for these guys to come together, right? It's like,
that's kind of what, it's just
someone's life was taken.
Yeah, everyone needs to get over yourselves. This is a serious problem.
Yeah.
But like Colt, like his actual like, why did he get killed again? Was it just because Loki was being a dick?
Yeah, Loki was just wanting to kill somebody. Yeah.
Right. So like in that regard, like I just.
And I mean, Coulson was there, like ready to like stop him.
It just it felt a bit like a kind of pointless death because of that. Because like I had really no. We got introduced to Coulson in this movie, basically.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, and then he's dead. It's like, if that had been Stark, maybe I would have cried a bit more. But like, it was Coulson. I was like, oh, that's that one agent who he's got a cool gun that he didn't know what it did. Yeah, whatever. Right. It was kind of pointless in my opinion.
But I find it very interesting that how they fake his death. Basically, is like, I mean, yeah, he was dying, but it's like, oh, let's just give him something to symbolize his death. Here's the Captain America card with blood stains in it. That was in his jacket when he died.
Right. Yeah.
Please come together. We need you. And also, I love like Nick Fury's interaction with like the council.
Right.
They're like,
yeah.
We have a lot of aliens. We're gonna nuke New York. And he's like, no, you're not. I mean, that's just like, but we're gonna nuke New York. Your Avengers Initiative is not working. No, I'm gonna use the Avengers Initiative. Also, given that your decision is a stupid ass decision, I will not follow it.
Yeah, you are all idiots. I'm gonna go rogue. See ya. Which also, remind me again, what was the council? Because they were kind of like they felt a bit like a one-off, and then they showed up again.
They appeared in Winter Soldier,
right? but like
just so they could all get
so
killed.
they can get killed. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I was kind of one of those like
it's probably from what I gather is like it's like an international like shield, right?
okay,
So it's like all the leaders of shield in like different points in the world, just the council of that
all right, yeah.
to kind of they decide what's right and wrong.
Which and of course nuking
Nuking New York is the most
Nuking New York, one of the most populous cities in America, is maybe not right.
no, not at all. Yeah, so not a good plan. As in the Great Wars of Tony Stark.
Yeah. Which of course then he has to deal with getting the nuke off the
On
planet.
the planet, and he gets it out,
And he gets it out and then nearly dies on re-entry.
yeah, and then he gets like PTSD and a lot of bad stuff from that, which we go into in the later movies.
Right.
But yeah, like I just
But
really like the Avengers.
overall the movie is fantastic. It's good. It
It's
holds
really
up.
solid. It's like there's very few,
There's not a lot to complain about in this thing.
yeah, very few plot holes. Also,
Yeah.
Captain America suit sucks.
The suit sucks, yeah. The one that he had in First Avenger was way better. But, granted also that suit was frozen in ice with him for 60 years. So
It
I
needed some,
kind of get that they maybe want to repair and make a new one.
it needed some dry cleaning.
Yeah, the old one when you've got something that's frozen in ice for 60 years, the fabric probably doesn't hold up too well anymore.
Nah,
But no, that's about it. There's not a whole lot. It's hard to make an entire, video on one
yeah.
movie.
So
It's a good movie.
I'm saying so. This movie sets up a lot of things.
It does, and
I mean, it sets up Tony's character, the main three Avengers characters for their next movies,
right.
which makes total sense. Although the next movies fall into the trap of the Avengers happened. Why aren't the Avengers dealing with this problem?
Right, yeah. Why are they singular?
Yeah, it's like the
Why are they
president
going
got
so-
kidnapped. Why is only Iron Man doing this? Oh, Shield. Well, I think the Winter Soldier has the best
Winter's-
excuse because it's like they're trying to keep everything, kind of hush hush. Just like I think I can see that one. He's like not calling like, the Hulk or Iron Man or anything like that.
Yeah.
And Thor, I mean, like dimensional portal. Nobody cares to like go there.
All right, so the Thor one makes sense because that one's, like you said in last time, the Avengers deal with matters of, the earthly importance.
Yeah.
A portal to Alfheim is not a matter of earthly importance. Let the Asgardians deal with that one. I kind of get, they're, Odin and Thor and all them are supposed
Okay,
to
so
be...
Iron Man 3 is the only one that's...
Iron Man 3, the president gets kidnapped. Send one guy. Makes about as much sense as Resident Evil 4. President's daughter gets kidnapped. Send one guy with a pistol and some herbs. That one doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the same case. Yeah. Like, for Iron Man 3, it would have made... Now, I kind of get it when... I would have gotten it if it was, like, just... what's his name? The Chinese guy?
The Mandarin?
Mandarin, right. Like, if it had just been him, and, like, he'd been up to his own stuff, and, like, everyone else was, like, busy with their own stuff, and only Iron Man knew about it,
Yeah.
that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
President gets kidnapped is a pretty national issue. Send in the Secret Service and the shields and the army and everything else.
Exactly.
Sending one guy in a suit of armor is not the best plan. Like, that one doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but, I mean, really, and this also sets up a lot of conflicts in the future. It sets up... well, it will eventually set up like Edgar Toombs in Spider-Man: Homecoming and his grudge against Tony Stark and the Avengers.
Which that one's written fantastically.
It was really well written, even though it makes the timeline seem off and weird,
right?
Strange. We had. I'm trying to think of another movie that. The whole incident of like in Civil War, the Superhero Registration Act.
Which that one came about. That one came about more from Avengers 2.
Yeah. Well, actually, but it was the first big incident that happened, and I don't know. I like how like we've seen the Battle of New York played out in different ways and through different angles. Like, because in the Avengers we see superheroes fight and defeat evil, right?
Right. They save the city.
Later on in Civil War and in Homecoming, it's like, no, but this is what the people saw. This is what they experienced. This was horror. This was terrifying.
Right, but which I raised the question of everyone complains you guys fucked up the city. If they hadn't been there, the city would be gone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because Shield would have nuked it. Which that's a way worse thing, right? It's like everyone's like, you destroyed the city. Like, several people are dead. Okay, if they hadn't been there, more people would be dead.
Yeah,
they were the better choice between the ones that you had.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but there's still like people die because like collateral damage.
Yeah, but like those people are fucking stupid. They're idiots. It's like if Avengers hadn't been there,
if a building falls onto you, that's not your fault.
Right, like they stopped worse damage from happening.
Of course, yeah.
Like some a invading alien robot army, some damage is gonna happen. You can't stop all of it. Your options are have some damage happen and then the rest of the people are safe, or have all the damage happen and then everyone's dead.
Exactly.
Of those two, which one are you gonna take? You're gonna take the one where some damage happens and some people die.
Yeah.
It's like, get over yourselves, you idiots.
And anyways, this sets up a lot of things, and the last thing we got set up was our boy Thanos, who
shows up and
will finally get off the chair 6 years later.
Yep. And now here, another 10 years from that, finally shows up on Earth, actually walking on his own 2 feet.
Yep.
So, but we'll eventually get up to that one.
We'll eventually get there.
I think we're done on Avengers, though. Plus my little rant about the people being stupid. But,
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not alone in that regard.
Next video will be the post-Avengers sequel. So
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, and Captain America the Winter Soldier. So the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Of those, I've only seen 2.
We did not miss much in Iron Man 3.
I know. I didn't.
Trust me. You're going to rant so much, but I'll save that for the next video.
But yeah. Before this one gets too long, we'll see you in the next one.
Time. Yep.
Bye.
Bye.